Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today on this lovely Monday, I've got 2 of these videos to film today, so hopefully there'll be one today and one next week as well. And I'm hopefully going to get better in the fact that I've now put proper grid paper on I've still got my glass mat underneath, but I've put proper grid paper on so I can see exactly where I can film without looking at my camera. Because last week, I know we ended up a little bit up here, didn't we? And it just got a bit much. So this past week, I have been sharing some projects using the More Than Autumn stamp set, which is in this lovely catalogue. This is the September to December catalogue. And I now can't find it. There it is. This is the spread in the catalogue, More Than Autumn. And it's lovely, but I felt like it just didn't really say very much about this stamp set because it's great. There's lots of lovely little images in it. Let me find the actual stamp set. So there's the actual stamp set. It is a photopolymer, so you can see straight through it, which is really handy, particularly when you've got all these little images. And you've got so many sentiments. It's just a bit mad. What's great as well, she says, haven't got that bit, trees, More Than Autumn, there we go. There is a set of dies that go with it too, which is great because you've got all these little images to cut out. And the die set includes the donut, the coffee cup, the piece of pie, all of these little images down at the bottom. They've all got dies for, and then we've also got some, not all, but some of the words. So you've got pumpkin, you've got cocoa, and the hot to go with that. You've got apple. We've got, what's that one? Spice and season as well. So there's lots of kind of ways of, you've got die cut words and stamped words, and you can kind of mix and match, which is lovely. So, like I said, I have already shared a few of the cards or projects that I've made using this bundle. It is a bundle, so if you buy the stamps and the dies together, you get 10% off, which is great. So I have shared some of these over on my Instagram. The link to my Instagram is in the down bar below, so if you haven't gone over there and liked me already, do go and find me. So I've got this one using those lovely coffee cups, that lovely little heart stamp, which is just really, it's a really cute little addition. Nothing's better than autumn. And then this around the edge is actually the sprinkles stamp, and I've just repeat stamped it all the way around. I just, dead quick, nice layered up card, great. So that one went on. Then we've got Nothing's Better Than Pumpkin Spice. Now, I've got to admit, I have never eaten anything pumpkin spiced in my life. Wouldn't know what it tasted like. Pumpkin isn't one of those flavours that I kind of go, oh, yes, I really need. So it just doesn't appeal to me. But I did think it was cute. And so we've gone with pumpkin spice. I've got the little pumpkin up. This is watercoloured on a bit of watercolour paper. And then actually, this is a fancy fold. Because I've stamped those pumpkins down that side and then just trimmed that off. Super simple fancy fold, but it does count. Telling you it counts. So, and that's on vanilla, actually, vanilla and crumb cake. And then this might be my favourite one. This calls for donuts. What doesn't call for donuts? What a cute little tag to put on maybe a thinking of you gift, or you know what, baby showers or birthdays. Please find me an occasion where you can't give somebody some donuts, because I can't think of any. And this is using the latest set of ink colours. So I've got some Summer Splash, some Petunia Pop, and some Pretty in Pink. Just really cute. And then this one, which is one of my favourites, is going out to one of my new team members. A little hello card. This I have kind of layered up. So I stamped the cup onto a piece of Real Red cardstock, cut it out, and I did fussy cut it because if you use the dies, it leaves this edge around the outside. I didn't want that. I stamped it on the real red, hand cut it out, fussy cut it out, and then did the same on a piece of basic white, and then just chopped off the top, the bottom, and the middle. So it is layered. I don't know if you can see that. It is like layered together. These are all die cut out individually. There is only one die that does the peppermints, which is a bit annoying, but still very cute. And then this die is from the radiating stitches, I'm going to call it. I can't remember it, which is a online exclusive. I think it's still available. I'm pretty sure it's still available. It was when I made the card. It was still available. I thought that was very cute. So today I haven't got I've kind of got an image in my brain, but I haven't got anything made. So I've got a bunch of Stampin' Blends. I've got a piece of crumb cake, a piece of basic beige, and a scrap of white, and a crumb cake ink pad. I have got some greens on my desk as well, but we'll see. We'll see. So, yeah, how are you all? Because I have not been here for a little while. I hope you enjoyed my video last week, and I hope that you're going to enjoy this one. I'm trying to keep things simple-ish. These videos are currently filmed immediately after I get back from the school run. So I have run my kids to school and got home, and this was all set up last night, ready for me to just jump on and film, while my son, the baby, who is 8 weeks old, nearly 9 weeks old, is asleep. Because it's about the only time I have a quiet house in which to kind of film it and do anything in. So I actually want a scrap of crumb cake. Let me go and get a scrap of crumb cake and I'll be back. Right, so scrap of crumb cake, and I've got my 2-inch circle punch. I think this is another one which is an online exclusive. Not in any catalogue at the moment anyway, but it is available on the website. If you are struggling with the online exclusives or things that I've used and you can't find them in a catalogue, just drop me a message and I will find them for you. I know online exclusives can be a little bit difficult to find sometimes, just because they're just not. There is a whole category on the website of online exclusives, but they go in chronological order, so if they've been around a while, like the 2-inch circle punch, they can be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to stamp, I want the piece of pie, I want the donut, and I want the coffee cup, and I want the cream on the top, and then I also want the heart and the gingerbread man. It's just quite a lot of stamps this morning. Lots of stamps. There's going to be quite a bit of die cutting. I will probably die cut everything off camera and come back to you because this is going to be quite a lot. I've got the cream. I've got a donut. Oh, a piece of pie. And then slightly bigger block for the coffee cup. Right. So I'm going to stamp all of these in Memento ink because I'm using Stampin' Blends. And you need a water-based ink pad for using Stampin' Blends. So anything that's not stays on, basically. You could use any of the Stampin' Up inks. I would recommend, if you do use a Stampin' Up ink, to kind of leave it to dry for a little while, possibly even heat set it, and be really careful with your Stampin' Blends because they can smudge. Perfectly able to use them, but they can get a bit messy. But don't use Stays On because Stays On is an alcohol-based ink and will smudge your blends, and you'll end up with a messy, kind of smudgy, smeary mess. How cute is this gingerbread man, by the way? Isn't he just adorable? So, that is all of those. I have got a bunch more blends off to one side because next week's video also uses Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to just colour in. What am I going to do first? I'm going to do this donut first. I was going to do the gingerbread man because it was in my brain. I'm going to leave them to dry for a second. So I am not doing any kind of fancy colouring on this this week. I am literally just laying colour down, colouring it like you would with a felt tip pen. And, you know, if you think colouring like a child. Hopefully staying in the lines. But, you know, not always. Because my colouring isn't that good either. So we're going to do Mr. Gingerbread Man. I'm going to use the dark colour for the most of him, and then I'm going to do his feet and hands in light instead. So, Stampin' Blends are super, super easy to colour with, by the way. They come in pairs, so you get a light colour and a dark colour. Most of them are available, most of the Stampin' Up colours are available in Stampin' Blends. You get the odd colour that's not, just because it's too similar to another colour. But yeah, and then we've also got packs that are skin tones as well. Probably should dig out the annual catalogue and show you exactly where to find them, because they're not the easiest thing to find in the current annual catalogue. Maybe I will do that next week, because I think I need to find them first. But yeah, there is a section on the website. I would recommend shopping on the website more than that's the easiest way of shopping. There is a section, you can find them under inks and colouring, I do believe. Let me check. I've got the website up in front of me. Ink and colouring, and then there's a section markers and more, and then alcohol markers, and you'll find all the Stampin' Blends in there. So this is Poppy Parade for our little hearts. Super simple, not doing anything remotely fancy. And I'm not fussed either if I've left little bits of white. I'm okay with that look. So, here we are. And I have been thinking about what sentiment I'm going to put on this. And one of them is love you more than. So I think I'm going to do love you more than. But what I'm going to do, I'm not sure. So let's do the pumpkin pie. And we have a whole ink called pumpkin pie, which is cool, isn't it? So I'm going to do the side in dark, because I think the side of a pie is usually, where you've cut it, quite often darker than the top, isn't it? If you've got a topping on it. There we go. Ooh. And light pumpkin pie for the top. So you can see they're very similar colours. But they allow you to blend or just get two tones of the same colour, which is great. I'm just trying to think. I've got peach as well on my desk. So I think I'm going to do peach, what is it? Peach pie. We like a pie. Stampin' Up do like a pie. For the donut. And then what colour to do the coffee cup? That's the big question. Could do it in. Shall we go be brave and do a poppy parade? Yeah, do a red cup. Well, actually, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Because then you can see the difference between the red cup that is stamped on cardstock and one that is just coloured in. So I'll do the same. I'm going to leave the bottom as white, just because I quite like that look. Stampin' blends do dry back a little bit, so don't worry if you can see kind of streaks as you're colouring the first time. Don't worry about it, because it will dry back into a kind of flat colour, and that's the joy of it being an alcohol marker. I'm going to colour up to that next line, actually. That's better. There we go. Right. So I'm going to go away and die cut all of this, and I shall be back. Okay. So I have die cut all of those, and I have added a straw as well. I did have to I've re-stamped one of the little gingerbread men, because I think he's a bit dead, isn't he? Oh, is that going to focus? Oh, focus on my little dead. There we go, look. There we are. Focus again. There we go. Focus, yes, we are. So I've got all my pieces ready. I'll move all my blends off as well. Get them out of the way. And then I've got my card base. So I'm going to grab my bone folder just to really burnish the edge of that so it sits flat. Then I've got a piece of basic beige, which I really love actually, and I've got that 2-inch circle. But I think I want something that kind of goes across. I want something that goes across as well. What else? What else can I add on there? Let's have a think. Should I have a little piece of, I think a little bit of red would be good. Although we've got quite a bit of red, we've only got 2 bits of, let me get a piece of peach to go across as well. Hold on. Okay, so I've got a piece of peach, and it's 10.5 centimetres, so it's the same width as my card. And I have embossed it a little bit, just to give a little bit of texture as well. So there we go. And then we're going to just start layering these together. So just like that, I think. And then I'm going to sprinkle these bits around. And then we just need the sentiment on. So, shall we get sticking? Because there's quite a bit, isn't there? So, I'm going to keep... Do I want to add a bit of... Let's add a bit more detail. This is going to be one of those cards. It does take a little while sometimes. But worth it. Absolutely worth it. Every now and again to do one of those cards that's just that bit more detailed. So I've got my basic beige ink pad, and I've got that sprinkle stamp, and I am just going to add some sprinkles around like that. I don't know if they're all going to be visible or not. But I don't mind. It's just that extra bit of something. So, a bit of Stampin' Seal. Just the regular seal, don't need Seal Plus. And I am certainly not using wet glue for this because I would make a hell of a mess. I know other people that would use wet glue and make it perfect, but that is not me. You may find that you need wet glue for embossed pieces. It can be a bit tricky sometimes just to adhere those. Sometimes a bit of wet glue is helpful. And then I'm going to use dimensionals on the circle. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm not going in the middle, I'm going to go slightly offset there. And then I'm going to put the piece of pie on first, and that's going to go down completely flat. And I do want it a bit wonky. I don't want it to be like level. Let's have... My sheet of dimensionals is no more. So get another one. I've always got plenty of sheets of dimensionals handy. She says, oh, they're all the little mini ones. There we go. I'm using a lot of dimensionals at the moment. I don't know why. Just feels like I need a lot of those. So I'm going to add one on the back of that cream, because that's going to be, needs to go over the top of that cup. There, and then this, I might put if I put a glue dot on it, we can stick it to there. Do love a glue dot. Don't use them very often, I've got to admit. But when they're handy to have, kind of adhesive, I think. I keep knocking this thing. I am still trying to get used to my new filming setup. I hope that you're enjoying it. It's great for me because I've got light, I've got a phone that I can put exactly where I want it. It's going really well. I'm super happy with it. I hope that you guys are happy with it too. Oh, because yeah, that'll be a disaster. I think it's better with the grid paper rather than that annoying circle that we had last week. But, you know, that's okay. It's a learning process, isn't it? We'll get there. Right, let's have that one overlapping a little bit. There we go. So, I now need a sentiment on. So, we're going to go with... Oh, there's just so much, isn't there? Yeah, love you more than, and then I'm gonna do autumn. So I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put my big girl pants on because I've already adhered all that down. I'm gonna put that there. So I need a block. I'm gonna use a crumb cake ink for that. So it's a little bit different from the sprinkles because they were in basic beige. So love you more than. Look at that. How did I stamp that? On camera and everything. It's like tying a bow, trying to stamp on a project that you've already part made on video. Nightmare. So let's go with. Did I say there was an autumn dye? Or am I imagining it? No, I think it was fall, isn't there? Right. We've got fall in the die cuts, but not the autumn. So let's stamp that. I've made such a mess of my table, by the way. There's just stuff everywhere. Let's think, how should we... Now, I could just stamp it on white and fussy cut it out. I think I will, heat emboss it on a piece of crumb cake. So I've got a scrap of crumb cake. Handy. I do love heat embossing. It's absolutely one of my favourite techniques. I just think it's fab. Bit of embossing buddy on, just take, this piece of cardstock's been around a while, and so it's likely to have all sorts of inky marks all over it, fingerprints and things, and the embossing buddy helps to just take that off, because this stuff sticks with it'll stick to oils and anything that's a bit clingy. So Versamark ink on there, stamp that down. And you can use Versamark as like a tone-on-tone ink. So I could have left that. Would have been very pretty. But I'm going to just pop some white embossing powder on. And then I'll hit that with my heat gun. And it will become like shiny. So I shall go and do that. I can't do that on camera. But I will be back. Okay, so I have heat embossed that and fussy cut it out. So it just says autumn. Something's stuck on my fingernail. There we go. So then I can just pop that on. So I'm going to use a mini dimensional for that because it's quite little. These are really handy. They're just they're the same depth as a standard size dimensional, so they fit absolutely with those, but they're littler. So all those times that I used to cut them, I was terrible. for cutting my dimensionals up. Look at that, so cute. And I don't have to do that anymore because they are pre-done. So it's like having pre-cut dimensionals. Right, we are now just looking at our hearts and our gingerbread man. So I'm going to do the same with the glue dots. So I'm going to use the glue dots because it's just so easy. And you can stick them all onto your glue dots and then lift them off with your take a pick tool. So I'm going to do half of them with glue dots. I'm going to do half of them with mini dimensionals. And then I think we might need some sparkle on this card as well. What do you think? I'm sure this video is now ridiculously long as well. That's what happens when I've got a card that's sort of in my brain, but I've not done any prep for it all. The next video I've got, so the one for next week, I have prepped already. It is ready, pretty much. Probably take about 10 minutes. But not this one. So I've got I'm going to just sort of scatter them around and about. So I'll do the gingerbread men first. And you will notice I've got 5 gingerbread men and I've got 5 hearts. And the reason for that is that your eye likes odd numbers. So I tend to do odd number things, either 3s or 5s if it's not a 1. I put 2 of something on a card, ever. But I will do a 3. I'll do 3 or 5 of something. Occasionally, if I'm feeling really fancy, I'll put 7. I don't think we need 7 gingerbread men. Let's have you... Oh, where to put him? I'll put him up here. Let's put him up here. Yeah, that'll do. Right, and then with each gingerbread man, you get a heart. So if it's a standing up gingerbread man, he'll get a heart that's on a glue dot. And if it's a gingerbread man that's on a glue dot, he'll get one on a heart that's on a dimensional. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense at all today. We have slept slightly better the back end of this week than we did last week. My son had his 8-week injections on Monday. And yeah, we did not like sleep after that. And then these are the 2024-26 in colour shimmer dots. And we've got some in the peach pie colour. So we're going to just pop a handful, sprinkling of those around with each one of our gingerbread men and heart trios as well. There we go. That is it. Haha, we've made a card. Finally. It probably has taken us about 25 minutes. I started this, yeah, it's taken us ages. But never mind. Isn't it cute? So that is an idea, just an idea of some projects that you could do with the More Than Autumn stamp set. I do hope that you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Hit me up over on the socials. Leave me a message. And if you like anything that you've seen in the video, do consider placing an order with me. The link to my shop is in the down bar below. And I hope to see you really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.